out of Texas A&M Corpus Christi by way of Houston, Texas. Van Dusen delivers the 0-1. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. 0-2. Joey Van Dusen from Chico, California. 6-footer. Pitched for Sacramento City College. Had a tremendous season as well. A couple of Potters, Aiden Isola, Levi Sotomayor, JT Maloney. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not. 1-2, all played pivotal roles for the Potters early in the season. 1-2 now on Cade. That's high for a ball. 2-2. Isaiah Velasquez, probably the best catcher ever, leaping up in the air to catch the ball. Pitch is headed for the backstop. 2-2. Tyler Garrity to follow if Cade can start something here. Potters 4 runs on 4 hits. That's lifted out toward right field. It's going to stay up in the air long enough for Rabin to pick it out of the sky for the 3rd out. So we go to the 6th. Potters leading at 4-0.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
Top of the 6th inning, it'll be JoJo Villarreal taking the mound for the Potters, making his 5th appearance on the season. He's thrown 7 innings, 8 strikeouts and 3 walks. ERA of 2.57 for JoJo. No one-loss record, so he will take on the top of the order. The very pesky Noah Rabin will be first, and then Jack Burden and Derek Tenney. Cooper Robinson, very, very, very impressive. 5 innings, just 2 hits. He struck out 7. He hit 1 batter. No runs allowed for Cooper Robinson. That gives him 12 innings pitched and 20 strikeouts and just 1 hit batter. As JoJo completes his warm-up tosses, he's out of Corpus Christi, Texas, and Grambling State University. As we said, making his 5th appearance of the season.
Now on the mound for your Potters, Grambling State University out of Corpus Christi, Texas,
JoJo has 1 start on the season. He's going to take on Noah Rabin, who has not been retired really by the Potters at home this week. He's got a triple, and he was hit by a pitch in this one. He was 3 for 3 with a sacrifice fly and a walk on Tuesday. Left-handed hitting right fielder out of Sebastopol is up here to lead off the 6th inning. JoJo's breaking ball is in there for a strike. It's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One coming up from JoJo. It's on the outside corner. Call it strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Noah Rabin. Illinois State University for Noah by way of Sebastopol. 1-2. It's chopped down the first base line. That's a fair ball, and Olsen has it and steps on the bag. So he hit a big hopper right to Justin Olson, who was 2 steps off the bag, and they finally got Rabin out thanks to Justin Olson. 1 out here in the 6th, and here's Jack Burden, who struck out and popped a short. Left-handed hitting left fielder out of Huntington Beach, California. Came in at 188 on the season for Sonoma. Sonoma 7-7 in CCL play. Potters have dropped to 8-9 in CCL play. Here's JoJo's first pitch. Burden checks his swing. It's down low. 1-0. Tomorrow night, 7:15 first pitch. It's going to be another warm one, but man, is it perfect right now out here, right at a little after 9 o'clock. That's a fastball. It's in there for a strike. 1-1. And on Saturday, we got fireworks, so we got 6:35. Also, guest announcer on Saturday, the great Tom Maley from Pat and Tom Show on KNCI 105.1. He will be making his appearance as announcer. Pat has done it a couple times. Christina Warner a couple of weeks ago, and now Tom. And then hopefully Pat will be doing it right at the end of the month of July. 1-2 on Jack Burden. Another breaking ball, check swing, and he fouled it off. 1-2. So we've been trying to get Tom Maley out here for a couple of years. Great guy. And he doesn't really know a lot about baseball, but that's okay because I don't know anything about country music, so it's probably a good trade. JoJo's 1-2 is lined to second base, handled by Cade Sanchez. So Burton hit it hard, just didn't get it quite high enough, and it went right to Cade Sanchez for the second out of the inning. And here's Derek Tenney, who struck out and grounded out so far in this one. Derek is 0 for 2. Came up with a couple big RBIs last night in the 4-run rally in the 9th inning for the Stompers that gave them the 6-5 win over the Potters. Had the bases loaded double that tied the game. JoJo's first pitch is a breaking ball. It's down low. Derek out of one of my favorites, Weathersfield, Connecticut, and University of Nevada, Reno. Sometimes I just wonder how they get from Connecticut to Reno. Huh? I don't know. Here's the 1-0 coming up. That's chopped foul down the third base line over toward the Stomper dugout. See if there's any activity going in the bullpen. I think there is a little bit down there in both bullpens, as a matter of fact, as we enter the top of the 6th inning here. Cooper Robinson went the first 5 for the Potters. He was, well, fantastic. 7 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed, no runs. Breaking ball just misses. 2-1 on Tenney. He's followed by Colton Lamonto, the designated hitter, a cleanup hitter today. As the Potters faithful throw some cowbells at Derek Tenney. Hopefully distract him just enough. A little disturbance down the left field line. The grassy knoll, that happens all the time, and that's where the bounce house is too. That one is in there for a strike. 2-2. Got the bounce house and the grassy knoll down the third base line. You got the brick and barrel backyard and the VIP area down the first base line. You got food items. You got Fat Cat over there. You got Hobby dealing. Swing and a miss. Good inning by JoJo Villarreal. 1, 2, and 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Potters with a 4-0 lead.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old Town Pizza, a proud sponsor of your Potters baseball, will deliver you a slice that you won't soon forget. Come see why they've been voted the best of the best 12 straight years. Visit otpizza.net to get yours today. But don't take it from me.
I think Old Town Pizza should be expanded to the state or even to the country because it's so delicious.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Joey Van Dusen still on the mound for the Potters as we go to the, for the Stompers as we go in the bottom of sixth. The Potters will send up Tyler Garrity, then the top of the order, Luke Auden and Brandon Forrester. And I just came up with a great rule, I think, for the bat spinning contest. If nobody goes sideways after they're done spinning, then it's invalidated. Somebody has to go sideways or else the spinning didn't work. And that time we had three, bam, right back at it. So I'm invalidating the results, and we will have a rematch tomorrow. A walk and a pop out for Tyler Garrity. He's up here against Van Dusen, who's out of Chico, California. Fourth pitcher today for the Stompers. First pitch is lifted high in the air down the first base line, giving chase over there, but it's out of play. After field, Jacob Van Wheel started, and he only went an inning and 2/3 and had to leave because of some discomfort. And I don't know if that's affected the order of pitchers for the Stompers, but Jensen came in, went an inning and a third. Then Polston came in and was knocked out after 2/3 of an inning. Van Dusen came on and closed in the fifth. Fastball just misses outside. So Van Dusen came in and closed out the fourth and then pitched the fifth. So 1 strike now on Tyler Garrity. The number 9 hitter swings and fouls that one back to the screen. Looks like a final from Healdsburg. The Prune Packers beat Walnut Creek 7-0. Walnut Creek had beat them, I think, 2 games in a row. Admirals final over the Mudcat 21-4. Potters take on the Admirals next Tuesday and Thursday, the 4th and the 6th. Here comes the 1-2 from Van Dusen. Sails high all the way back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Potters tomorrow night, the West Coast Kings are here. 7:15 first pitch. It's an Orange Friday with all that means. Craig Schmidt, the Lincoln product, will be on the mound for the Potters. Then on Saturday, it'll be Anthony Perez taking on the Menlo Park Legends. That'll be a 6:35 first pitch with fireworks involved. Then on Sunday, we come back against the Legends in a 7:15 first pitch. So we're beating the heat by starting late, and it makes it very, very pleasant right about now. Full count now on Tyler Garrity out of Seneca, California, University of Kansas. And Dusen's pitch swung on and missed. About 88 miles an hour for Joey Van Dusen. He gets the strikeout, his first, and that'll bring up Luke Auden, who has walked, been hit by a pitch, and singled, and scored 2 runs. So Luke doing what a leadoff man's supposed to do, which is get on base. The switch hitting shortstop came in at 231. Scored his 5th and 6th runs of the season, and has been on base all 3 times. A 524 OBP for him coming into the game tonight. Hitting left-handed against Van Dusen. He shows bunt. He bunts it, but pops it up back against the screen. 0-1 on Luke. Coming to us by way of Scottsdale, Arizona and Georgia Southern University. Luke takes that one high for a ball. So 1 strike on Luke. Brandon Forrester to follow. Both scored runs back in the 3-run 4th inning. That's given the Potters that 4-0 lead they have right here in the bottom of the 6th. That's fouled off the screen, back to the screen, makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes now. One, 2 coming up. Luke chops it down the first base line, but that's a foul ball. One and 2 on Luke Auden. Potters with 1 in the first and then 3 in the fourth. Cooper Robinson and JoJo Villarreal have combined to keep the Stompers off the board so far. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So 2 straight strikeouts for Van Dusen here in the 6th, and that brings up Brandon Forrester. Out of Fair Oaks, California, Oregon State University for Brandon. Brother Garrett is on the roster, and wearing number 5. Don't know if we'll see Garrett tonight, but I'm sure we'll see him this weekend. Here's Brandon. 2 quick outs from Van Dusen here in the 6th inning. Potters have activities. So do the Stompers. Forrester shows bunt. He pulls it back. It's outside for a ball. So it's 1-0 on Brandon. Dominic Rodriguez, who had the big RBI single in the 4th, he is on deck. Van Dusen from the stretch. Forrester takes outside again, 2-0. 88 miles an hour from Joey Van Dusen. Pitched for Sac City College this past year. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Looks like Jaden Bruno warming up for the Potters. Out of Wellington, Florida. Stanford University, brother of Ryan Bruno. 2-1 now on Brandon. Swings and misses at that one. Right around 89 for Joey Van Dusen, and Brandon Forrester not very happy with himself for not making contact with that one as he kicked his bat. Sometimes you just got to kick the bat. So Bruno working for the Potters in their bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 6th. Van Dusen from the stretch. Outside, 3-2. Velasco with another good stop. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Popped up. Marion's calling for it. Now it's going to be the center fielder Martinez coming in. He'll make the catch in short left center field. So good inning for Van Dusen. 1, 2, 3. We go to the 7th. Potters 4, Stompers nothing.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the 7th, Potters lead 4-0. JoJo Villarreal did his job for 1 inning. He struck out 1, didn't give up any hits, and he's replaced now by Jaden Bruno, the right-hander out of Wellington, Florida. 6'3", 220 pounds, and Stanford University, younger brother of Ryan Bruno, who is a Potter legend from summers gone by, and also a Stanford legend as well. I think he was first-team All-American closer from some organizations. At least that's what they said at the College World Series. So Jaden getting his warm-up tosses in, and the umpire says he's got, I think, 2 left. Is that what you sent him? Yeah. All right. Then he gives the 1. That a boy ump. I just look at him on the screen. I can see it a lot better than looking out there, huh, Riley? Riley, do your toggle switch and let me see what's going on with the umpire. Ah, fantastic. Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, and there you go. Now we got a close-up of the guy missing the ball. Way to go, Riley. Maybe I need to replace you. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll talk with the boss. So here we go with the top of the 7th. It'll be Colton Lamanto and then Alfredo Capacetti and Isaiah Velasco. 4, 5, and 6 for the Stompers, who just 2 hits, both of those, or one in the first, one in the second. Rabin led off the game with a triple, then Capacetti with a single in the second. That's all the Stompers have got. They got a couple of guys to third base, but have not been able to score, and Jaden Bruno's going to try to keep it that way as he works out of the stretch here against Lamanto, who struck out twice, and that's down low for a ball. 95 miles an hour for Jaden Bruno, but unfortunately it was a little bit too low. Here's the 1-0 pitch coming up. Look out. That hits behind his head back in the screen. So good news, it was 96. Bad news is it was a little bit high and inside. Jaden making his debut for the Potters here tonight. And Colton Lamanto at the plate. Colton out of Sebastopol, California. Fastball in there for a strike at 95. Right over the inside corner to Colton. University of San Diego. Willie Preston gives the cry for cowbells, and I heard a couple. Here's the 2-1. That's outside for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike on Lamanto. He's followed by Capacetti here in the top of the 7th. Potters with the 4-0 lead. Yeah, that's behind him for ball 4. So Lamanto gets the base on balls. First one issued by Potters pitchers today. They did hit a batter back in the 3rd inning, so Colton goes down to first base on an at-bat that had to be a little bit terrifying. 2 balls went behind you. And here comes Alfredo Capacetti. So Alfredo was singled to right and grounded to third in this one. Out of Jurupa Valley, California, and UC Riverside. I really should look up the mascot for UC Riverside. First pitch is in there for a strike at 94 from Jaden Bruno. Lamanto over at first base. Probably not going to take off with a 4-run deficit. 0-1 pitch. Kind of took something off that one a little bit inside. A good-looking pitch, but it just missed inside to Capacetti. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike with Isaiah Velasco on deck. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 94 from Bruno. So 1-2 now on Capacetti. Admirals took care of the Mudcats, as we said, 21-4 tonight, and the Prune Packers shut out the Crawdads 7-0. Look out. That's behind him and goes back to the backstop. Going down to second base is Lamanto. And they're going to say it did hit Capacetti. So 2-strike count, hit batter. So 2 on, nobody out. And that'll bring up Isaiah Velasco. And Rock Rackets is going to go out to the mound to talk to Bruno. He had the 1-2 count on Capacetti, tried to get one inside, and a little too far inside. So Brock Rackets is going to go out. And we've talked to him a couple of times about this. What he does is he goes out. He doesn't talk about anything mechanical, just all mental, just calming people down, trying to get them back in the moment, maybe breathe or just get synced up. So that's what he does when he goes out to talk to a pitcher mid-inning like this. Never mechanical. He made sure, stress that, never mechanical. So he is done with speaking with Bruno. Umpire went out there just in case it was lingering too long, but I don't think it did. Velasco has struck out twice after On Tuesday against the Potters, Isaiah was 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored and 2 runs driven in, including a home run. So he's up here, though. Nobody out here in the 7th inning for the Stompers. Bruno steps on, steps off. Left-hand hitting catcher out of Sylmar, California, University of California at Berkeley, a 6-footer, Isaiah Velasco. He's followed by Tyler Martinez. Check of the runner at second base by Bruno. Now got a ball that came out on the field, out of the Potters bullpen, right as Bruno was about to throw. Anthony Perez is the guy who has to go out and pick it up. He's going to start on Saturday against the Menlo Park Legends. Hopefully we'll get Anthony up in the booth tomorrow before the game for the warm-up show. Check out the warm-up from today. Craig Schmidt was our guest. Bruno's first pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 now on Velasco. Potters have activity in the bullpen. Let's see, not so far right now. The Stompers bullpen is quiet. Here's the 1-0. Fastball caught to the corner. That's 92 from Jared Bruno. 1-1 on Velasco. Chamiso playing pretty much even with the bag at third. Olsen behind the bag, behind the runner over at first base. Infield pinched in toward the middle as trying to keep the runner close. Fastball just misses outside, 2-1. Odden, the shortstop, trying to keep the runner close at second base. That is Lamonto. He walked, and then Capicetti was hit by a pitch. He is over at first base. Fastball, high and outside, ball 3. That's 95 from Jaden Bruno. Cowbells are ringing. 3-1 pitch on the way from Bruno. That's outside, ball 4. So they gave up 4 walks last night in the 9th inning to give up the 3-run lead. Now 2 walks and a hit batter in this inning. Loads the bases, and Tyler Martinez coming to the plate. Tyler is grounded out to the pitcher, grounded out to second. Sebastian Kirshner warming up for the Potters. High and inside on the fastball. 1 ball and no strikes on Tyler Martinez, and I don't expect Tyler to be swinging until Bruno gets at least 1 strike across. But again, this is summertime, so usually everybody has the green light whenever they want. That's outside, gets away from the catcher. Here comes the runner in from third. Bruno's covering. The tag is applied. He's going to be out at the plate. He is. What a break for the Potters. That got away, but what a job by Nolan Wilson, and Bruno covering quickly. And the ball is tossed back, and Lamonto is out at the plate. Other runners are going to move up, but it's a big out for the Potters. And give Wilson credit, but give Bruno credit because he could have been frustrated with the pitch. He got off the mound quickly, came in, and they had him by a step at the plate. 2-0 now on Tyler Martinez. Brandon Marion to follow. Right down the middle for a strike at 91. 2-1 now. Martinez came in at 219 with 3 runs batted in. From the stretch, Jaden Bruno, 2-1 pitch. Check swing, he didn't go, and it was, he did go according to the base umpire. And it's 2-2. That was 94 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Tyler Martinez. That's high and outside, goes back to the screen, and nobody's moving anywhere. As Capicetti goes, nope, not going to try it. The ball does usually hit, when it hits the backstop, it comes right back to you. Now that one was off the screen, but it was thrown with enough force that it kind of bounced back all the way to Nolan Wilson. So it's a full count on Tyler Martinez. Oh, I forgot he was the Dueling Dogs batter. Forgot about that. Half price off Dueling Dogs products if he strikes out. Man, what do you know? Popped it up out of play. So Bruno came in with a strike, but Martinez was ready and popped it out of play, a 93-mile-an-hour fastball from Jaden Bruno. 1 out here. Runners at second and third. Potters lead at 4-0. Bruno checks the runners from the stretch. That's fouled off at the plate again. So Bruno does what he's supposed to do, throw it over on 3-2, and Martinez does what he's supposed to do, which is spoil it until he gets one he likes. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 7th. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. 94 for Bruno, and he got the swing from Martinez for the second out. Oh, that means it's half off Dueling Dogs. Hey, unexpected benefit. Fantastic. Let's go, everybody. Go over to Dueling Dogs right now. Brick and Barrel Backyard. Let's go. Here's Brandon Marion, who struck out and popped out. Does have a home run. Does have 7 runs batted in, hitting .298 coming in is Brandon Marion. First pitch is in there for a strike at 93. Brandon out of Brentwood, California. Diablo Valley College, also in the Big 8 Conference. 0-1. Capacetti at third, Velasco at second. Here's the 0-1. Well, then back to the screen. 0-2 now. As Bruno has thrown 5 straight strikes now. Couple fouled off by Martinez, then he got the third strike swing, and he's 0-2 right away here on Brandon Marion. Here's the 0-2 from Jaden. Breaking balls high. It was a waste pitch, but it wasn't one that Mr. Marion was likely to offer at. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stompers had the bases loaded, still have runners at second and third here, but now there's 2 outs. Breaking ball, call strike 3. So Bruno somehow gets out of the bases loaded jam, and the Potters moved into the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch because they lead at 4-0.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at R.C. Willey.
Hi, Bill Evans, president of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Potters lead at 4-0. Joey Van Duzen still out on the mound for the Stompers. He's been very effective in the 2 innings and 2 1/3 innings that he has worked. He has not given up any hits, and he has struck out 2. He'll face Dominic Rodriguez, Justin Olson, and Nolan Wilson, 3, 4, and 5 for the Potters, as Jaden Bruno gets out of a very unlikely bases-loaded situation as he throws the ball back to the backstop, and they get a runner trying to score from third and then he strikes out the next two and puts the Stompers down with no runs, and they are trailing at 4-0 as we move into the seventh. Potters with 4 runs on 4 hits, 3 of those hits in the fourth inning, 1 in the third, and that's all they've got. Here's Rodriguez, who has one of those hits. He is fly to left, grounded hard to second base, and had an RBI single in the fourth. Right-handed hitter out of Delta College. Takes a fastball in there for a strike, 88 from Van Dusen. And I got to give credit to our beer bat buddies down there on the couch. They went out there, they said, hey, 50% off Doolin Dogs. I got to go take advantage. And they go and fill up the beer bat. 23 ounces of delicious goodness. 0-1. Rodriguez takes a good-looking pitch, but it's low. 1-1. I mean, I'll get on the guy when he's not doing his job, but when you go out there, you fill up the beer bat because there's a Dueling Dog batter strikes out, 50% off. You got to take advantage of that, man. It's a thirsty Thursday. There's a fastball in there for a strike, 1-2. Van Dusen out of Chico, California, and Sacramento City College. For Wheel started, then Jensen, then Poston, and now Van Dusen. It's hit sharply to the right of shortstop, handled out there by Marion across the diamond. It's going to get past first base, but no advancement by Rodriguez. I think that's probably going to have to be an error, as he would have been out had the throw been on target. So Marion's going to be charged with an error on the throw. It was to the right. He hit it to the right of him and hit it pretty hard, but if the throw is on target, I think they have Dominic by a step. So he reaches anyway. He's at first base, and here's Justin Olson, who has hit a sacrifice fly, struck out, and hit a 2-run single. So Justin 1 for 2 with 3 runs batted in. Gives him 15 on the season. Came in with a 3.62 average. Takes a high fastball from Van Dusen. Van Dusen throws pretty hard. Maybe Justin can turn one of these around and give the Potters a little more cushion here. Like that might be 16 runs batted in for Justin Olson. I'm looking at my notes again. Takes a fastball inside, 2-0. 13 coming in and 3 more tonight. Two and 0 on Justin. Austin P. University out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Takes down in the dirt inside for a ball. 3-0 on Justin Olson. Again, 3-0 usually is a take sign, but Summer League ball, I'm sure Justin has the green light if he likes what he sees. Nolan Wilson to follow, and then Ben Higdon for the Potters here in the 7th. Rodriguez over at first base. Olson takes high, ball 4. So an error and a walk, and the Potters are in business here in the 7th. And here's Nolan Wilson, who's flied to right, doubled, and flied to center. And now we're going to have a meeting at the mound for the Stompers, so we'll step away for just 30 seconds. Potters, bottom of the 7th, they lead at 4-0.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at RC Willey.
Meeting is finally over. The umpire had to go out and break things up. They were having a good time out there. And here's Nolan Wilson. Van Dusen still on the mound. Looks like Sean Flowers, right-hander, is out in the bullpen for the Stompers. Potters have a couple of people up. Can't see if anybody's actually throwing out there. So here's Wilson. Takes high and outside. Another nice leaping catch by Velasco. The best leaping catcher I've seen. And he saves 90 more feet. 1 ball and no strikes. on Nolan Wilson. First and second, nobody out here in the seventh. Wilson takes down low for a ball, 2-0. Van Dusen had good command of the strike zone his first two innings. Has lost it a little bit after the throwing error. Allowed Rodriguez to reach first to open the bottom of the seventh. He walked Olson. And now he is 2-0 on Nolan Wilson, who is looking for something to swing at, I know, knowing Nolan as we do. And he lets that one go by because it's very, very high. 3-0. Probably a walk here would mean we would see Sean Flowers in the game for the Stompers, who won Tuesday against the Potters. They also won it last night to push their record to 7-7 in CCL play. Here comes the 3-0 pitch to Nolan Wilson. Takes it, it's high, it's inside, it's ball 4. So bases are loaded, nobody out here in the seventh. And we're going to see a new pitcher as the manager for the Stompers comes out. So we'll take another break here in the bottom of the seventh. Potters 4, Stompers nothing.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back at McBean Stadium in the bottom of the seventh, Potters have the bases loaded. Sean Flowers, the new pitcher out of Healdsburg, California, undecided on his college. Sean has made, this is his 8th appearance already this summer. He has thrown 8 innings, given up 2 runs, struck out 10, and walked 4, so he's in the area of 2.25, 1 win and no losses. So he'll come in here with Ben Higdon coming up to the plate, and the Potters loaded the bases. Rodriguez reached on the air, throwing air. Then Olson and Wilson with walks against Van Dusen. And Flowers comes in to face Higdon, then Chamiso after him, and then Cade Sanchez. So Ben Higdon out of Paducah, Kentucky, and the University of Kentucky. A left-handed hitter hitting .239 coming in with 8 runs batted in and 3 home runs for the Potters. Up here in a position to do some damage for Lincoln as they tried to put one of the 3 away against the Sonoma Stompers. Fastball outside, ball 187 miles an hour for Sean Flowers. 6'1", 195 right-hander out of Healdsburg. Higdon tied for the team lead with Justin Olson with 3 home runs. Hits a swing and a miss at a fastball. 1-1 on Ben Higdon. Potters with 1 in the first, 3 in the fourth. Sonoma has not scored yet through 7 innings. Cooper Robinson went the first 5. Jojo Villarreal and Jaden Bruno. Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Ben Higdon. Left-handed hitter, pretty close to the plate, Ben Higdon. Flowers inheriting the bases loaded situation, but he is a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Higdon. Ben takes high for a ball, 2-2. Flowers moves it up there pretty well. That one showed 83, but it looked like it had a little bit of zip on it there as Higdon watched it get high. Umpire, unfortunately, is trying to do battle with the scoreboard. I told you, when umpires see scoreboards that are wrong, they try to fix them. But they're taking on something they cannot handle in our scoreboard. We're just lucky all the numbers make sense. There's no sevens or swinging a foul ball, not caught by Velasco, who's very upset with himself at not holding on to that one. Stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Higdon gets a little bit of life. Rodriguez at third, Olson at second, Wilson at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. First of a 4-game homestand for the Potters. Higdon lines one down the left field line. It's going to be caught by Burden, tagging at third and heading for the plate. It's a good throw, but it's a little bit too late. It's a sacrifice fly for Higdon. Rodriguez scores, and the Potters lead 5-0. Big RBI for Ben Higdon. Moving up is Justin Olson. He'll go to third. Staying at first is Nolan Wilson. Good throw by Burton. He just didn't have time. I mean, Rodriguez just got here. We heard Coach Mike Margin talk about Dominic's athleticism, and he showed it there. He got to the plate quickly. The catcher, Velasco, tried to play it cool and maybe make a tag on an unsuspecting runner, but it was just not in time, and here's Zach Chamiso. Higdon picks up RBI number 9 on the season. Fastball is just a little outside for a ball. So now it's Olson at third and Wilson at first. Nolan getting a pretty good lead over at first base. As Chamiso has been hit by a pitch, he's single and he's flying to left. Check swing, and that is outside. So it's 2-0 on Zach Chamiso out of Lincoln High School and Sierra College, headed to UC Riverside. 1 out here in the 7th. Potters have scored 1. They lead 5-0. Chamiso takes in there for a strike. 87 miles an hour from Flowers. Right in there. 2-1 on Zach. Talked about him with Mike Marjam as well. He's played many positions. It's like Peyton Brennan has come out on deck for the Potters as Zach swings and misses at a high fastball. So Brennan would bat for Cade Sanchez. And Peyton obviously not paying attention because he just tried to come up and bat before Zach was out. Zach stepped out of the batter's box with 2-ball, 2-strike count, and Peyton started to walk up toward the plate. Two balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the 7th. Chamiso takes outside. Good take by Zach. Full count now on the left-handed hitting third baseman for the Potters. He's played short, he's played second, he's played first, he's played left, probably right as well. Let's see if Nolan Wilson is going on a full count pitch here. He is not. Chamiso pops it out of play. And all the little kids go out, try to chase that foul ball over behind home plate. Do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sean Flowers, the 5th pitcher for Wheels, started, then Jensen, Polston, Van Dusen, and now Flowers. Chamiso digs in. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Zach. Wilson looks like he might take off. He does not. That's fouled out of play again by Chamiso. Same scenario, and there goes the kids again. As our guy Anthony Perez brings the baseballs out to the umpire. Anthony will pitch on Saturday against the Menlo Park Legends. That's a fireworks night. 6:35 first pitch. Move back to accommodate. It'll be a little warm that day, but like we said, by this time of night, it gets to be pretty comfortable. So here's Chamiso again, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Flowers throws it high, ball 4. Good at bat by Zach Chamiso as he works the walk. loads the bases again as Wilson moves down to second, and here's Peyton Brennan. Peyton Brennan out of Rockland coming in for Sanchez, who was 0 for 3, did score a run in this one. So he will be replaced at second base. We'll check that out in the top of the 8th, but for right now it's Peyton Brennan. Left-hander waits. Here's the pitch, and he hits it right back out. Sharp one to second base. Flipped over to short for one. Over to first, and they didn't get him at first base. So it's a fielder's choice for Brennan. He's going to get himself an RBI as Olson comes across the plate. Second run for the Potters in the inning. Still they don't have a hit. And Brennan's going to get himself an RBI. He hit that ball really hard. Martinez flipped it to Marion, but Brennan gets down the line very quickly. And so the Potters add another run on the fielder's choice. They lead it 6-0. An error, a couple of walks, a sacrifice fly, another walk, and a fielder's choice for the Potters. And that'll bring up Tyler Garrity. Garrity fouls that one back to the screen, so it's 0-1 on Tyler. Anthony Perez does his thing where he slides and picks up the ball as it rolls, hits the screen and goes out toward the field of play. Anthony comes out, slides in, picks it up, goes back out. It's a regular routine with him. I will ask him about it tomorrow on the pregame show, the warm-up. Breaking ball, nice-looking pitch from Flowers on the inside corner for a strike. So Garrity is walked, struck out, and popped to short. He's got a runner down at third base. That is Nolan Wilson. Over at first is Brennan. Breaking ball's high, and it's inside, so it's 1-2 on Tyler Garrity. Luke Odden, the top of the order, is next for the Potters. We are in the bottom of the 7th, and Lincoln leads it 6-0. Outside for a ball. Evens it up at 2-2 on Tyler Garrity. Short lead at first base for Brennan. Wilson comes down the line at third, 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul back to the screen by Tyler Garrity. And there goes Anthony Perez. And man, I know he's running. Whoa! That is one of his best ones ever. You'll see him flash behind the screen. That's one of his best ones ever. I hope he's okay. That guy was moving. Fans are going to start rooting for foul balls pretty soon to show that Anthony is putting on. If we call him AP, you know. Line drive, right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. It'll drive in a run by Garrity. Around second, headed for third is Brennan. The throw is going to be a little late, and he's in there. An RBI single for Tyler Garrity, and the Potters put it on his third run of the inning. They lead it 7-0. Wilson scores. Good base running by Brennan. He gets all the way around to third. First hit of the inning, only the 5th hit for the Potters. They've got 7 on the board, and they've got Luke Odden at the plate. Lucas walked, been hit by a pitch, singled, and struck out. So he is 1 for 2. He scored a couple of runs, and he takes that one outside for a ball. Garrity picked up his 11th run batted in already for the summer with that single to right field. Good clutch hit by Tyler Garrity. There he goes. Line drive to the right, a shortstop into center field for a base hit. Garrity is rounding second. He'll make third easily. As the fact that he was stealing had the shortstop Marion moving over. The line drive went to his right as he went to cover second base. It's a single for Odden. He's got himself an RBI. Scoring is Brennan. And going all the way to third is Tyler Garrity. It's the 4th run of the inning for the Potters. They now lead it 8-0. And here's Brendan Forrester, the 9th batter here in the 7th inning. This hit really sharply by Luke Odden. He's now 2 for 3 in this one. Forrester has walked twice. Fielder's choice and a fly ball to center field. So he is 0 for 2 in this one. Hits that one up in the air toward right field, giving chase as Rabin all the way into the corner. And he made the catch in right field as everybody's running off the field. It's way in the corner. The umpire was there in the Stompers players running off the field. So it's a fly ball out to right field. 4 runs on 2 hits. We left a couple. We go to the 8th inning. Potters with the big lead, 8-0.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Sebastian Kirchner, the new pitcher for the Potters, making his 6th appearance for Lincoln. He's got no wins, no losses, a 3.37 ERA. 5 1/3 innings, 9 strikeouts, and 4 walks. And he will face Ryan Martinez, then Noah Rabin and Jag Burden, 9-1-2 for the Sonoma Stompers. Kirchner out of Rockland, California, University of New Mexico, 6'1", right-hander. Martinez has flied to left and he's flied to right. He's hit the ball well twice. Takes the fastball inside at 90 from Kirchner. 1 ball and no strikes on Ryan Martinez. That one's down the middle for a strike. 1-1. Martinez flied to left in the 3rd, flied to right in the 5th. That's down in the dirt, outside, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Ryan Martinez from Towson, Maryland, University of San Francisco. Noah Rabin to follow. Line drive to left field. That's going to stay up, I think, as Garrity comes in and makes the catch. Excuse me, that's Higdon in left field. Comes in and makes the catch. So Martinez has hit it well 3 times and has nothing to show for it as he's retired on a line drive to left field. And here's Noah Rabin. Looks like it's Logan Azum who's going to hit for Rabin. So Azum comes on for Rabin here in the 8th inning. One for 2 with the triple for Rabin. First pitch is a strike to Azum. Logan Azum from San Mateo, California, and he's also from the University of San Francisco. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Kirchner, who throws a breaking ball on his outside. One ball, 1 strike. Fastball is in there for a strike at 89. 1-2. It's like Derek Bartram is on deck to hit for Burden. Breaking ball just misses that outside corner. 2-2. Azum, the pinch hitter for Noah Rabin. Hits one over to third. Nice scoop by Chamiso. Gets up, straightens himself, throws across the diamond. A fine play at third by Zach Chamiso. The Swiss Army knife of the Potters, as he goes everywhere and does everything, and he comes up with the big play for the second out there. That'll bring up Derek Bartram out of Novato, California, and Fresno State University at 6'2". The right-hander steps in here. Burton was 0 for 3 while he was in there. So we assume Azim will go into right field and Bartram will go into left field as he takes a fastball high from Kirshner. 1 ball and no strikes on Bartram. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Went right by him. 1 ball and 1 strike. Derek Tenney scheduled next for Sonoma. They won Tuesday 10-0. They won come from behind fashion last night 6-5, but trailing in this one 8-0. Nice looking breaking ball from Kirshner in there for a strike 1 and 2. Robinson went the first 5. Villarreal, Bruno, and now Kirshner. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Good job by Sebastian. 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Potters sporting that 8-0 lead.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the 8th, Tony Suarez, the new pitcher for the Sonoma Stompers. Their 6th pitcher on the day. Suarez has been in 6 games, ERA of 4.50. 10 innings pitched. He struck out 10. He's walked 6. No wins and no losses for Tony, who is out of Santa Rosa, California, and Santa Rosa Junior College. So he will face Dominic Rodriguez, Justin Olson, and Nolan Wilson. Rodriguez flied to left, grounded to second. Big RBI single in the 4th, and then was on an error in the 7th and scored a run. Pops that one out of play. 0-1. So Santa Rosa Junior College against Delta College, so maybe those two faced each other during the Big 8 conference season. Rodriguez at 6'4". Takes that one outside from Suarez. 1-1. Potters have activity in their bullpen, so probably see another new pitcher here. Is Robinson went the first 5, and then we've seen 3 pitchers go an inning apiece. Fouled back to the screen by Dominic Rodriguez. And there goes Anthony Perez doing his thing, and the crowd was ready for him that time. They were calling for him. One and 2 on Rodriguez. Breaking ball's popped up right side. Abicetti looks like he's got room in front of the dugout. He reaches up and he makes the catch for the out. Rodriguez pops up to the first baseman. And that'll bring up Justin Olson. Left-hand inning first baseman has had a good night. Sacrifice fly in the first, struck out in the 3rd, then a 2-run single in the 4th, and a walk and a scored run in the 7th. So Justin is 1 for 2, and he's driven in 3 runs today. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Suarez. Sails it outside for a ball. 1-0. Nolan Wilson scheduled next for the Potters. Olsen takes it in there for a strike. Took something off that one at 73, did Suarez. It's 1-1 strike on Justin Olsen from Colorado Springs, Colorado, and Austin Peay University. Sails outside, 2-1. Rodriguez and Olsen, arguably the most key hits in the game so far for the Potters. Rodriguez with that 2-out RBI single in the fourth, and Olsen followed it with a 2-run single in the fourth. 2-1 swung and missed. Went down low to try to get that one. Evens the count at 2-2 strikes. Vincent Ciccolello is warming up for the Potters. Out of Simi Valley, California. We might see him in the ninth inning. Here's the pitch. Outside to Justin Olsen. Just missed. 3-2 now on Justin. Tomorrow night, 7:15. Remember, first pitch against the West Coast Kings. 3-2 pitch. Olsen check swing, and he did not go, and I think he might have got hit with it. But we'll call it a base on balls. He'll go down to first base. He just had that look of a guy that got hit. I'm just, no signal, though, so we'll just call it a base on balls, and here comes Nolan Wilson. Nolan has flied to right, doubled, flied to center, and walked. The Roseville product looks down at JP in the third base coaching box, actually kind of behind the third base coaching box, further down the left field line. One out here in the eighth. Wilson takes that in there for a strike. 0-1. Ben Higdon to follow. At least scheduled to follow anyway for the Potters. Wilson hits it sharply at the shortstop. Marion it boots it into left field. Olsen's going to stay at second base. It's an error on Marion. His second of the night, and going to first base is Wilson. So first and second with one out, and that brings up Ben Higdon.
Now batting for the Potters from the University of Kentucky, left fielder Ben Higdon.
Ben out of Paducah, Kentucky, out in left field today for the Potters. He's flied to left twice, grounded to second, and hit a sacrifice fly. Picked up his 9th run batted in of the summer. Higdon swings and misses. Got 3 home runs on the summer. 9 runs batted in now. Looking for a couple more of both in that one. He's followed by Zach Chamiso. Swing and a miss again, an inside fastball. He turned on it but didn't get it, so it's 0-2, and I think he might have asked the ump if that was going to be a strike. The ump said, well, you swung at it, so I don't have to tell you. Or he said yes or no. Popped it up. Got in on the hands of Higdon. He had to protect himself. Popped it up over the left side. Stays alive at 0-2. 0-2 pitch coming from Suarez. He fouls that one off as well. Suarez 5'11", out of Santa Rosa Junior College. Breaking balls outside for a ball. Padres lost last night. The pitchers issued 10 runs. They only gave up 4 hits last night and lost the game. They've only given up 2 hits tonight. Here's the 1-2. Outside ball 2. Good eye by Higdon. And he's even at the count now. 2-2 with Chamiso waiting on deck. 1 out, 2 on here in the 8th. Olsen coming down off second base. Here's the 2-2. Higdon swings and misses, fouled it into the catcher's glove. Blasco holds on to strike out. 2 outs here in the inning. First strikeout for Suarez, and that'll bring up Zach Chamiso. Was hit by a pitch, singled, flied to left, and walked. So Zach 1 for 2, been on base 3 times. Has a chance at an RBI out there. Comes in with 10 RBIs and an 18 runs scored. He has not had a run score today. He did lead the team in that category. Suarez delivers a fastball too high. Here's the 1-0 to Zach. High fly ball, right field and hit well. Going back at the fence. And he didn't get it. It's over the fence. A home run for Zach Chamiso. It was going to be close out there, but it got over, and I think Zach knew it all the time when the Potters lead 11-0. So Zach did pick up a couple of those RBIs we were talking about. Gives him 13 on the season and his 19th run scored, and the Potters grab an 11-0 lead. First hit of the inning for the Potters, and it's a big one. And Zach felt it at the beginning. I thought maybe Azem in right field had a chance at it, but he ran out of room. Here's Patrick Herrera. He came on for Cade Sanchez after Brendan hit for Sanchez back in the 7th inning. And so Patrick's going to get an at-bat. He takes the ball. So here's Herrera. Breaking ball's in there for a strike. Patrick coming from Mesa, Arizona, University of Kentucky. Popped up by Herrera. Catcher's Velasco coming back to the screen. He's not going to get it, as it never came down. So that's going to be a problem for maybe Carl Sagan or somebody. Try to figure out Neil deGrasse Tyson, I believe, is the gentleman's name. We might be able to find that one for us, but I don't think it ever came down. And Riley, I think, agrees with me, and he's an engineer, so he's supposed to know that stuff. Here's the 0-2 to Herrera. Inside for a ball. Make that 1-2 on Patrick. Herrera lines one over shortstop into left field for a base hit. Looked like Marion thought he was going to have a chance to jump up at that one, and it just never came down, and Herrera has himself a single. And that brings up Tyler Garrity. Garrity walked in the second and popped up in the fourth, struck out in the eighth, but had the RBI single in the seventh. So he is 1 for 3 in this one. That's inside for a ball. One ball, no strikes on Tyler. Fastball misses somewhere. 2-0. Herrera leads it first. Pitch is lined out to shortstop, and Marion does get that one and brings it down. Hit well by Garrity, but right at Marion at shortstop. So the Potters score 3 times on the Chamiso home run. We go to the ninth. They lead at 11-0.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
We move on to the top of the ninth. Potters leading at 11-0. Vincent Ciccolello is going to be our pitcher in the ninth inning. He's just made one appearance for the Potters. Just one inning pitch. He struck out 2 and he walked 2. Vincent coming to us out of University of California, Riverside, Simi Valley, California. First pitch is popped up by Derek Tenney over by the dugout, and it is a foul ball. Tenney is 0 for 3 so far in this one. So Jeremy Maldonado on deck to hit for Lamonto. Right now it's Tenney. Fastball just misses. Here's the 1-1 from Vincent. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Tenney struck out in the first, grounded to third in the third, and struck out in the sixth. So he is 0 for 3 in this one. Had the big RBI double last night for Sonoma. There's a little blooper out toward left field. Coming in. Diving try out there by Higdon. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Ben Higdon went all the way out for that one and robbed Tenney of a base hit. Ben Higdon showing the glove as he makes the dive. Timed it perfectly. And here is Jeremy Maldonado out of Fullerton, California, in Santa Rosa Junior College. Steps in here for Lamonto. That is outside for a ball. Lamonto struck out twice and walked while he was in there. 1 ball, no strikes on Maldonado. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 91 from Ciccolello. This is a guy that Brock Rackets told us about a couple of weeks ago. A low-key guy on the staff, hadn't had a lot of work, but look out for him. And making his second appearance of the season. 1-1. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Capacetti is scheduled for the next hitter. 1-2 now on Maldonado. Fastball call, strike 3, right in there. So Maldonado's out on strikes. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Alfredo Capacetti. Single and hit by a pitch on ground to third, so he is 1 for 2 in this one. Alfredo from Europa Valley, California, and UC Riverside represents the last chance here for the Stompers in this one. As the Potters have had excellent pitching all night long, and the fastball just misses at 91 by Ciccolello. 5'9", 175 for Ciccolello. Brings it up around 91 and 92 miles an hour. He's 1-0 now on. That's a swing and a miss. 1-1. Robinson with the first 5, then Villarreal, Bruno, Kirshner, and now Ciccolello. Just 2 hits so far in the game for the Stompers. Breaking ball swung on and fouled at the plate. So it is 1-2, and it's the old last strike guy. It's 2 last strike guys. Martina, the backup last strike guy, and they got the original guy out there because I guess the new kids weren't getting the job done or something. And now he's got the crowd in a frenzy, does this last strike guy. Trying to close this one out for the Potters and get the CCL win to even their record at 9-9. Swung on and fouled out of play. Now he doesn't stop at all. He does not let his momentum fall. He goes back at it. And he's got his mini-me with him. He's got everything happening down there. 1-2. The crowd on their feet. Chicalello gets the sign from Wilson. It's the 1-2 pitch. Eventually. Line drive center field coming on. Here's Garrity. There's the ball game. 1-2-3 for Chicalello. Potters close it out. They win this one 11-0. We're back with our post-game guest, Mr. Cooper Robinson, right after this. Thanks for watching. Potters win at 11-0. We're back right after this on the Stones Radio Networks.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team help us keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Coming up, the Potter's Player of the Game, presented by Peak Jerky. A convenient, healthy, paleo and keto-friendly snack ready for you to enjoy. Visit peakpastramijerky.com.
Welcome back to our post-game. Potters win at 11-0. Our Peak Jerky Player of the Game, Mr. Cooper Robinson. Cooper, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You came out here. You're going to accept this on behalf of the entire pitching staff. You guys, just 2 hits allowed and 12 strikeouts, and so that's about 5 of you guys got to feel pretty proud of yourselves.
Absolutely.
And so the fastball working tonight, but you got a lot of strikeouts at least early off the breaking ball.
Yeah. Yep. Sometimes you got to pivot when some pitches don't feel well or work with different counts with different stuff. So glad that I could use the breaking ball.
Well, you absolutely did. And Cooper, you guys had a tough loss last night. I know everybody's feeling that. So any extra pressure on you coming out to start the game right after you lost a tough one?
Not at all. I think my job just comes down to I got to go out and set the tone for the game. And when you can do that and have the rest of the pitching staff follow along, I think that's just a good game all around.
Well, you guys have pitched very well. I mean, you just gave up 4 hits last night, even though you lost the game, and just 2 hits tonight. So the pitching staff really coming together out there. But how nice is it for you as the starting pitcher to see your guys come through with some clutch base hits?
It just makes the game easier. You know, when you go through those first couple innings with just 1 run and you get a couple more runs after that, and score ends up being, I think, 11-0. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it makes the pitching staff feel a lot less pressure when you got runs up and a little bit of wiggle room.
Now, I know we talked to you before, and we talked to Brock Raggets also, Cooper, and you're going to be the Thursday night guy. Is that kind of nice for you to know, kind of you settled in and you got a real schedule ahead of you?
Yeah, absolutely. It means I can just kind of schedule my throwing and my lifts and know when I can take off days and when I can push myself. So I think that just equates to a better performance when I do have to step onto the mound.
Well, Cooper Robinson, a big game tonight. I don't know about a must-win, but it was a big one coming off 2 losses. You really came out. You really performed. We congratulate you on being player of the game. We'll talk to you again down the road, Cooper.
Thank you very much.
Cooper Robinson, our player of the game. We're back with more post-game after this on the Stones Radio Networks.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens. A husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Welcome back into the post game, joined by my buddy Mr. Stones McCoy. I don't know where he's been all night. It doesn't really matter. He's the boss. Stones, big offensive explosion near the end of the game, 7 runs in the 7th and 8th innings. But not until we sat down to talk to Cooper Robinson did I realize Potters only gave up 2 hits tonight.
I was just going to say, if you look up at the scoreboard, you see zeros across the board, and you would expect that team across the diamond there to at least put up 7-8 hits. They've been an offensive team this year, and for the Potters to hold them to 2 hits and have the pitching performances they did tonight, it says a lot about the Potters going forward, especially because we talked about early they needed this game.
Yeah, well, they lost 10-0 on Tuesday, and then the last 2 games, even though they lost last night, as we mentioned, they've only given up 6 hits.
Yeah.
So that is huge. And as you said, I mean, in the pregame, I mentioned it as kind of a must-win, and that's a little overly dramatic, but you don't want a 3-game losing streak, especially in CCL play.
No, I mean, it does a couple of things. One, it puts you behind Solano, and that's not a place that you want to be right now.
Behind Sonoma.
Sonoma, excuse me.
Exactly.
You don't, and then, with the Packers playing the way they are, right now is the opportunity to maybe possibly make a little bit of movement in the CCL North. So to fall further behind it would have been really, really hard for the Potters to gain any momentum going forward.
Absolutely. You just want to pile up some W's, and now
Yes.
at least you can go into the next couple of games out of conference. A little holiday action. We do play the Admirals again on 4th of July, but we got a couple of games coming up this weekend. You can kind of enjoy them a little more. We got Schmitty coming out to pitch tomorrow, Anthony Perez on Saturday. So just one more note. I got to say, Justin Olson, a great game tonight. He drove in 3 runs, but also I'm calling him the Swiss Army knife because he does a little bit of everything. Zach Chamiso played 12 positions and had a home run. So pretty amazing stuff from the Lincoln product.
Zach Chamiso, I don't think he's underrated, but I say he's one of the underrated players. I don't know if he gets enough publicity, enough love for what he really does for this team on and off the field. I mean, he's a locker room guy too.
He's a super kid.
I've spent a little bit of time down there with the guys, and I've seen Zach operating in that locker room. And it says a lot for a guy who was a JUCO product this last year to really cement himself inside that locker room with this team. I love what Zach Chamiso brings to this team.
Well, if he's not getting enough publicity, you run the whole mechanism.
I will work on that.
So why don't you work on that?
Zach,
Stones
I got
McCoy,
you.
Thank you very much, Riley, the engineer. Thank you very much. Potters win this one 11-0. We're back here tomorrow, though. We got the West Coast Kings tomorrow, 7:15 first pitch. Craig Schmidt on the mound, and we are really excited about bringing that one to you. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night on the Stones Radio Networks.